Greystone in Gatlinburg may be getting long in the tooth, but with age comes grace and history, making it one of the best places to stay in Gatlinburg. Keep watching for more. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. Greystone Lodge on the river is one of those places that's been on our radar for a while. We've heard about them from online forums, and we're intrigued by them and all their raving reviews. Not only did we like their location, but the place seemed quaint. And on top of that, this lodge is locally owned and family run, something that can be hard to find in hotels and lodges in many high tourist locations, even Gatlinburg. Greystone is actually pretty hard to see unless you know it's there. Most people will pass by without a thought, but it's actually in a prime location, with the seclusion making it even more appealing. The lodge is nestled along the banks of the West Prong Little River, tucked up on the face of the valley as you turn onto the parkway in Gatlinburg. I'll admit, we passed their signs a dozen times before even realizing the sign was for the hotel behind No Way Jose Cantina. The Greystone is shadowed by Margaritaville, who is screaming at you with bright neon lights on one side, and the massive Ripley's Aquarium on the other, and of course Anakista boldly pronouncing its presence across the street. So if you're like me and haven't noticed it before, don't feel bad, because they are pretty secluded. But this unassuming lodge shouldn't be ignored. With 241 rooms and 3 separate buildings, it isn't as small or meek as its appearance implies. And this place also stands a testament to Gatlinburg's rich history and enduring hospitality. It was established in 1962 by Jack Miller Sr. and has been welcoming guests for over 6 decades. Today, the legacy continues under the stewardship of Miller's children and grandchildren. Situated at 559 Parkway in downtown Gatlinburg, it's very close to the 441-321 intersection, which makes escape from Gatlinburg far easier than hotels that are situated farther up the parkway. The Greystone Lodge boasts an enviable location that combines seclusion with convenience. And because they are little ways off the parkway, there is far less traffic and people walking around the area. And also, because the lodge is so close to the parkway, you are steps away from many amazing dining options and other attractions. A couple of them include Ripley's Aquarium in the Smokies, which is right across the street and is one of my favorite attractions in Gatlinburg. The aquarium is home to over 10,000 sea creatures representing more than 350 species. The highlights including the Shark Lagoon, where guests can travel a 340-foot underwater tunnel surrounded by sharks and other massive creatures of the deep. And of course, the Penguin House, which allows for close encounters for penguin enthusiasts. On the other direction is Anakista. Anakista is a 70-acre mountaintop adventure park located 600 feet above downtown Gatlinburg. Accessible via a chairlift ride or the Ridge Rambler adventure vehicle, the park offers a blend of nature, adventure, and relaxation. Visitors can explore treetop canopy walks, zip lines, and 2 new mountain coasters. The Anakista Tower provides a 360-degree view of the mountains, which you can actually see the Greystone from their mountain tower. And of course, the hotel's proximity to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park just adds to all of the appeal. You're just a mile away, making it an ideal base for visitors who want to immerse yourself in nature, but still have a home base that has electric and running water. A major convenience that this lodge also offers is close proximity to the main trolley hub in Gatlinburg. Right across the street in front of the Ripley's Aquarium is the transfer station to all of the trolleys in Gatlinburg, and one that will take you to the Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge transfer hub. Not only does the trolley system offer easy access to various parts of the town, and it's free, but it eliminates the need for car use, so you can make use of the free parking at Greystone. I've done a video on the Trolleys of the Smoky Mountains, which you can follow the link in the description or at the end of the video. And though the location is a major part of what makes this lodge so appealing, the hotel has its own charm and appeal. One of it being it was built almost on top of the West Prong Little River, with most of the rooms having a river view room and many having private balconies. The architecture of the Greystone on the river blends rustic charm with historic modernism. In other words, 60 years ago it was very modern. It's still very nice, but has a very retro feel in the hallways and main areas. The lodge's design incorporates natural stone and wood elements that harmonize with its riverside setting, giving it a lodge-like appearance. The lodge has updated rooms and suites, featuring modern furnituring and contemporary finishes. It has an inviting atmosphere that appeals to both nostalgic travelers and those seeking comfort and convenience. But it still looks like it's from the 1960s. There's no getting past that. There are 3 basic room types: the family suites, the 2 queen bedrooms, and the king bedrooms suites with a fireplace and soaking tubs. We stayed in the 2 queen bedrooms with a river view room. We not only had a pleasant view of the river, but also a partial view of Gatlinburg. But what made this room so spectacular, at least to us, was that we had a covered parking garage literally right outside our door. We stayed in Building C. As you can see, there is a map right over there, which has a car garage, and guests can get to their room directly from the car garage parking spot. If you stayed in Building A or B, the back rooms there don't have direct access to the parking area. Unfortunately, there are also the Riverview rooms on that side, so you might not get so lucky as to have parking and a Riverview room as we did. But if you love convenience and easy access to your car, I would suggest requesting a room in Building C. The only rooms with even more convenient access are those ones right there in the first level, Building B. Those folks can park their car right in front of their room and also leave to the parkway with ease. Those are kind of prime spots. The hotel's rooms are pretty basic. They will give you a coffee machine, some soaps and shampoos. They had a hair dryer, which is not all hotels have anymore. And there were plenty of outlets for your electronics. And best of all, there were no rugs. The hotel does have a few other amenities that make staying long-term here more convenient. One is that they have a washing machine and dryer. They have basic cable as well as Wi-Fi for guests to use, and they also offer a hot continental breakfast every day. Also, they have a small fitness room for those who just can't get enough of exercising. And they do have a nice heated pool and other outdoor spaces to enjoy. The pool has a small kid slide and was a respectable size, though nothing fancy, like the inn at the Christmas place in Pigeon Forge, which we just released a video on. I'll leave a link for you at the description. For a hotel built in the 1960s, this pool was actually pretty good. So even though this place isn't as expensive as some places like the inn at the Christmas place to stay at, Greystone isn't really a budget-friendly hotel. Their prices tend to hover around $200 a night all the time. Not awful, but if you're staying longer than a few nights, it can get expensive. And price gouging in Gatlinburg is a pretty big problem. During holidays and long weekends, you can expect prices to go up to $300 a night after taxes. And they do have a disclaimer on their website that says during high demand times, you might have to book at least 2 nights to stay. So let's review some things that might make you consider if this property is right for you. First, and this might be a deciding factor for many people, this is a pet-free hotel, so no fur babies here. Also, the continental breakfast, which has some hot foods, isn't very impressive, but with so many awesome breakfast places right next to you, this really isn't that big of a deal. Also, the rooms didn't have a safe. Not a big issue for most, but some people prefer to have a safe in their room. The last thing I will point out that can be a huge concern for some and an awesome surprise to others is that Greystone does get a lot of nightly visitors, the bears. On our stay, we actually encountered these guys playing around by the staircase. Now, if you don't go out wandering around late at night or are a pre-dawn waker, you most likely won't even see them. But since Greystone is butted up against the hillside, the bears will visit here frequently. The only place this concerned me at all a little bit was if they were hanging out in the parking garage. But the staff are monitoring and keeping an eye out for them. Just don't leave food or nice smelly things in your car. The bears will try and snag a free meal out of your vehicle. And if you have a canvas back on your vehicle, yeah, they can get it. And don't engage with them. Encourage them or try to feed them. Not only is that against the law, but you are endangering not only yourself, but the bears. Just note that anytime the bear comes into physical contact with humans, they are euthanized, and you've put yourself at risk as well. We just finished a video about the bears in the Smoky Mountains. I'll leave a link in the description for you if you want to learn more. The Greystone Lodge on the river is one of those few places that I would highly consider staying at again. Its convenient location and convenient free parking is also one of its biggest draws for us. But also, the property is clean, well maintained, and make it a top contender for places to stay in the Smoky Mountains for us. I hope this video helped you plan your visit to the Smoky Mountains. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences, but facts and things change, so please keep us in the loop if you learn anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Bear Facts of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.